Hello, welcome to another episode on Lessons for Life, the channel where we discuss how we can reinvent ourselves to become the best version of ourselves, to live our best life yet. In today's episode, I would like to talk about or discuss humility. What do you think about this word? What does it mean? Is it a desirable quality, or is it something that we need to avoid? I will share my opinion and you leave your feedback and comments in the comment section. Let's together build a community of people who support one another in becoming better and living the best life yet. Right? Okay, so humility, if you look it up in the dictionary, is defined as a quality of having a modest or low view about oneself. That doesn't sound very desirable, does it? And further, another word that sounds like humility, the verb humiliation, means to put somebody else down, to hurt and shame them by breaking their pride and dignity. God, I think that's very imprecise. When we actually reading material, scriptures or texts on ancient wisdom, humility has a totally different definition, and it seems highly desirable. Okay, let's examine this further. I did this examination of the word because I grew up being told that I must always be humble. Okay, humility is the character quality and humbleness is the action. It could be words or things that you do, and also emotions that you display. So I was always told that I must be humble. So looking at the definition of humility, because humbleness as action that we do, words that we speak, and emotions that we display, that stems from the character quality humility, seems like something undesirable, something that I must avoid. So I was also told it is because that I adhere to this character quality humility is why I get trampled upon by everyone. Like I'm so nice that people can just do anything to me and get away with it, say anything to me and get away with it. In other words, I was a pushover. So I explored and developed a clearer understanding about the word humility, and today I think humility is power, because it helped me to not only hold my ground on my character and personality, but I also managed to grow and become better because of this quality as I defined it. Okay, so how do I define humility? To me, humility is a character quality, and humility, first of all, let me share with you what these people thought was humility. They thought of humility as something opposite of a positive self-concept. They thought humility was opposite of having high self-esteem. Humility was opposite of having self-confidence. This is how they perceived it, right? And they also thought that what they thought should be the ideal behavior, okay, to me sounded like it was being cold, being abrupt, being rude, being cruel, arrogant. Those are the words that came to my mind when they described how I should behave. Because to me, humility is not the absence of self-esteem, self-confidence, and positive self-concept. In fact, humility is a quality that is built upon a positive self-concept, a high self-esteem, and high self-confidence. Why? Because humility requires that you know your true self. And to me, arrogance, aloofness, coldness, rudeness, abruptness, and selfishness were all qualities that we need to avoid, because it does not represent universal love. In life, to live our best life, we need to master the ability to constantly be in a state of universal love, to always operate and function at a frequency of love. All our actions must come from a place of universal love. We must speak words of love, and we must emote with love primarily. All right? And so to be in a state of love requires that you understand your relationship to God, first of all, that you are but a small speckle of energy, and you are a part of God, and God is a part of you. This is what I realized. Okay, so what is God? God is an omnipresent, all-knowing, always existing, indestructible, huge energy. To me, that is God. And God permeates through every being, living and non-living. So this is God. So relative to God, I am so small. I'm like a tiny drop of water in the ocean. So this gives me humility, and this gives me universal love, and this love includes love for myself, and this leads to a positive connection to everyone and everything around me. And this means that I am no less than anyone, neither is anyone less than me. It is a relationship of equality. This is humility to me. Okay? So as a result of this, I feel that I am in connection with, after God, myself, my authentic self, my true self, and then I'm in connection with all other creations of God, especially other human beings, but also animals and non-living things. Okay, so this is humility to me. My understanding of humility is knowing how small I am in comparison or relative to God, but also knowing my authentic self as a person with infinite potential, as a co-creator of my life, as a person who is able to make valuable contributions to the lives of others and lift people up, as a person who's capable of being kind and polite, to have self-respect but also give respect to others, a person who's capable of safeguarding my own dignity and pride but also build up other people's dignity and pride, as a person who's always looking out for others, as a person who has nothing but love in my heart. This is what humility is to me, and all of this means that I have a very positive self-concept, a high self-esteem, and also very high self-confidence. So I am not a pushover. And another bonus that I get from being a humble person with this character quality, humility, is that I am open to receive feedback, both positive and negative. As you know, regardless of whether feedback is positive or negative, they could still be constructive, but sometimes others may give negative feedback with the intention of breaking down my feedback and dignity. And in this case, I don't have to close myself up to this feedback. I know myself, so I'm not likely to be destroyed by this negative feedback, which is not only false, but comes from a place of ill intention and has been given to me or has been thrown at me with the intention of destroying me or destroying my self-confidence, self-esteem, self-concept. I will not be affected because I know my authentic self. I know I'm very, very self-aware, so I don't have to do anything to be closed up against feedback. For the fear of this negative and destructive feedback, if I close myself up to all feedback, then I stand to lose a lot. So it takes a very, very grounded person, a very confident person, a person with very high self-esteem, and a person with very positive self-concept to be open to receiving feedback, regardless of the nature of the feedback or the intention of the giver, right? So, or the source of the feedback. So this is humility to me, and because of this, I think humility has power, because when I go around being kind and polite and helpful, always making eye contact, with the exception with people who may cause me some danger, believe me, I'm able to pick that up as well, the subtle signs of possible danger, yeah. With the exception of that situation, I'm able to be connected to people from all walks of life, from all social strata, from all ethnicities, religious background, etc. I have no reservations with being friend with anyone, with helping others, for as long as it's not at my own expense, and also receiving feedback. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any feedback, please do comment in the comment section, and if you like this video, look out for more. There will be at least one video each week. Thank you for watching, and see you again next week. Bye bye.